Evening all. Hello Daniel. Yeah, I'm not too bad mate, not too bad. I'm trying to just push ahead actually so that I can test a few things out a little bit later on in the game on the PC version. Hello Jin, welcome. I don't expect I'll be going for a long stream tonight. So I think I've already shopped at this guy. Took everything that he has, everything that I need. Suppose we could buy a couple of... Just buy one Argyle armlet. Should we need to be immune to blind. Start stocking up on Phoenix Downs. I do want to get these maxed out as soon as possible really. I've never been a massive fan of this dungeon because it does get a little bit confusing. But hopefully we'll get through it without too much trouble. We have to kill the mimics before they charge the power.
One of those?
I've heard of these. Mimics. They disguise themselves as all manner of things, then strike when you're least wary. Some of them have a fondness for energy, I'm told. They gorge themselves on the stuff till there's naught left.
So, what happens then?
I haven't actually, Daniel.
Lights out, and it's worse in the dark.
Was you asking me about that the other day, or was that someone else? I can't remember.
You can get too close to one of those conduits, and they'll suck it dry. But don't worry, it'll give the energy back if you ask nicely. Sticking it with a sword helps too. Clock's ticking.
So I've got a gambit set up to remove poison, that's helpful. Where's the other mimic that's draining power? Now there it is. It feels great, COD gamer at 60 frames per second. The only thing is I'm not playing at 60 frames per second while I'm streaming because it just seems to screw the stream up. I think it's because the bitrate doesn't support it and so it comes through really jerky. But yeah, it does actually make quite a difference. You do notice it. If you've only played the PS4 version, then you will notice it. The only thing I will say is if you just loaded up the PC version, it does set it to 30 frames per second as default. So make sure you change the frame rate limit to 60. Just checking there's no other chests around here. Although I don't think that there is, quite frankly. I think we got them. Oh no, there's one. We have to be careful because some of these chests are enemies as well. Hello to those that have just joined us on the stream. I'm trying to make some progress through the game so that I can get access to the aerodome, board an airship, and see how the sight and RNG manipulation trick works on the PC version. I'm assuming it's going to be the same as on PS4. But I would like to test these things out, you see. Oh, General Gamer Guy, that's fantastic feedback. Thank you very much. I appreciate it. Oh, fair enough then, COD Gamer. Yeah, if you've got the PS4 version, then you would probably have to think twice about buying it again. I got the PC version mainly for YouTube purposes. But I will admit the 60 frames per second is a nice bonus. But just to clarify again for those watching, I'm not using 60 frames per second at this precise moment because it doesn't come through well on stream. Hi dude, yes I'm fine thanks. Abhijit. Apologies if I've mispronounced your name, but no, I'm doing absolutely fine. How are you? COD Gamer, I would be sad if that's happened, but I will test it out. Just checking where I am. So there is a map. Okay, we have to go around for the map. This side. I'm just going to slow things down just a touch. Yeah, I do get this question a lot. I think Final Fantasy VII is my favourite. But only, and I will admit this, it's probably because of nostalgia. It's the first Final Fantasy I played. I've got a lot of fun memories from it. I used to play it with my uncle back in the 90s when it first came out, in 1997 I think it was. And it just, you know, reminds me of spending time with members of my family that I don't really see anymore. And the game itself was great for its age, for its time, it really was. So if you're just getting into the games now, a lot of people are thinking, you know, what's all the hype when they first play FF7? And it hasn't aged very well, to be honest. So I understand, you know, that nowadays people question it. But for me, it's still my favourite. That said, I do like pretty much all of the numbered entries in the Final Fantasy franchise. Including the newer ones, Final Fantasy 15. Although that game had its problems, there's no doubt about it. Cheng Chung Chow, hello and welcome. Yeah, that's true, isn't it? I mean, up until recently, it was play it on the PS2 or play it on an emulator. So it's nice that it's got official support now, quite frankly. Oh, well, that's good to hear, Abhijit. I'm normally terrible at pronouncing the names and that I see around YouTube. So I think we've killed all the mimics in this area. Cheng Chung Chow, I'm just on a roll tonight, you see. Oh no, there's a mimic. Still with the gambit system, I get to just sit back and drink my tea while the party takes care of the enemies for me. Right, so that's all of them. Let's just take a gander on in here. I'm not sure yet, Cheng, to be honest with you. Because I've already done a complete 100% series, walkthrough series on this game on the PS4, which is up on YouTube, as you know about. I don't really want to have to do the same thing again on PC. But I'm happy to spend some time on live streams playing because it gives me an opportunity to chat to, you know, some of you that do watch my videos and that when I don't normally get the opportunity to do that. So I'm taking a little bit more of a laid-back approach to this particular playthrough. That said, I am going to try and do everything I can do while I'm playing. So if you just want to sit back and chill, then this is probably a good stream to watch. If you want, you know, in-depth answers and details on everything you need to do in this game to 100% platinum it, well then I'd recommend the other walkthrough I've already done for it, quite frankly. I seem to have missed something down here. Oh, we haven't gone up, that's right. Vulcan. Is that right? Yeah, it's on a break, COD Gamer. Yeah, I kind of got a little bit burned out on Final Fantasy 12 at that point. And I know I'm playing it now, but a PC release seemed like a good opportunity to do some live streaming more than anything. Because the week mode playthrough required a lot of research and strategies, devising outside of recording, I couldn't really live stream it. So, yeah, I might get back to that at some point. Yes, mate, Legend of Dragoon. I didn't play it, but I'm familiar with it. I might have played it, actually. No, it was Legend of Legaia on the PS1, I think that I played. But I am familiar with Legend of Dragoon, at least a little bit, yeah. Sorry about that, Savage. I'll just call you Savage, is that better? No, I'm terrible at pronouncing names in languages that I'm not familiar with as well. Plus my accent doesn't help. The Brummie accent is probably like the worst accent you can have in the United Kingdom. Everybody hates it anyway. Oh, that is interesting, COD Gamer. I reckon you must need some pretty serious strategies to do it without guns, since they're the only weapon that don't depend on character level for damage. Yeah, Final Fantasy VII's my favourite Final Fantasy. It's the one I've put the most time into, I think. Although, lately, you've probably noticed, some of you, Final Fantasy XII has occupied a heck of a lot of my time. And it's not a game that I expected to fall in love with so much, but I really have. Don't get me wrong, I liked it back on the PS2. And I spent many, many hours on it back then. But it's grown on me even more, I think, since it came out on PS4. Van has a mace. And it's called Mace. And the leather shield at the minute. He's a red battle mage. Oh, Daniel, well that's awesome. I do love the New York accent, actually. Not that I know many New Yorkers, you have to understand, but from movies and what have you. Okay, Savage, well, fair enough. The story for FF12, yeah, it's okay. It's a little bit confusing, but I think Final Fantasy just is confusing, isn't it? No, I don't think I have actually, Salty. To be honest, I went for a different build setup. Need to go and kill this other fella. I went for a different build setup on PS4 playthrough. So I'm trying something different this time. But I've heard this setup that I'm going for, which I found on Reddit, is supposed to be, theoretically, the most potent party setup you can have. in the Zodiac Age. So I'll let you know. I'll keep you posted how it turns out. Oh, this Mimic's a little bit of a nutter. I'm not familiar with it, to be honest, Vinay. So I don't know if other people in the chat have opinions on that game or not. Is the charge still going down? No, it's ceased. That's good. Just check for chests. If we can ignore the bomb, I'm going to ignore the bomb. And we can't ignore it. Ah, that's typical. It's easy enough anyway. So Bash is just a guest member at the minute. I have no... I think because I was watching chat, I wasn't paying attention. I've ended up coming the wrong way. This is the way I wanted to go, up here. Yeah, they're quite annoying, but at least you can grind some levels on them later on. Not those particular ones, but some blue ones. Yeah, welcome guys to those just joining us on the stream. If you haven't already, please do consider subscribing to my YouTube channel. That way you should be notified when I go live in the future. There's a Mimic feeding somewhere. There it is. Live streaming is quite a new thing to me, actually. Traditionally, I've always been, you know, a typical traditional YouTube uploader. But I've been getting into it over the past day or so, this whole live streaming thing. It's a lot more fun chatting to people than chatting to myself for once while I'm playing. Yes, Daniel, that's one of the reasons why I like the speed up feature in the Zodiac Age, actually. Navigating areas like the Fun Coast. Yeah, cheers, General Gamer Guy. Thanks for stopping by tonight. Have fun in Final Fantasy IX. I haven't got an audience on Twitch, COD Gamer. I have tried to stream on there before, but I don't mind streaming on YouTube, to be honest. Just keeps things simple for me. Right, thoughts on Final Fantasy 15. It's got its problems, but I did actually enjoy the game overall. Problems with it, I would say, mostly are the fact that the story felt very disjointed and unfinished, especially towards the end. Oh, the level hype. And in particular, around chapter 11 or 12, I would say. You just literally race through the chapters. Evening, Peritin. Goodbye, Nanubot. And other than that, the only other thing I wasn't a big fan of with Final Fantasy 15 was the way the combat worked, although they did improve that a little bit over time. It was just a little bit clunky, I felt, from time to time. And there was a few fixes they made to the game which I think really helped as well. For example, in Final Fantasy XII, the hunt system works 100 times better that it did in Final Fantasy 15, which was a newer game. For example, you couldn't even pick up more than one hunt at any one time in Final Fantasy 15, whereas in this game you could. Now, gladly, they have patched that, and you can actually pick up multiple hunts. And now you can also swap between day and night when you rest on a whim as well. So they have made some improvements to the game, and I would recommend it. I do enjoy it, but there's just a few niggles that do bug me. Yep, I'm enjoying the new Monster Hunter world. I haven't played a whole lot of it yet, mainly because I've been preoccupied with other bits and bobs. My favourite weapon, either the sword and shield or the twin blades. Basically, I like weapons where I can move out of the way quite quickly when I need to. I did try the Buster Sword, the big two-handed thing. And the problem with it was that I just struggled to dodge enemy attacks. I'm not saying you can't do it, I just didn't have the skill to do it, in all honesty. What have I missed over here? There's another chest there. Yep. Yeah, absolutely. Sonic and Mario. All-time classics, really. Thought we did this. Yeah, it should be open. Oh, right, okay. It's not an objective. It's just telling me where the switch is. Okay. Yeah, I grew up with the Sonic games on the Mega Drive. Or the Genesis. Ah, getting stuck. Right, hopefully now we can go down to the south. Come on. Stupid jellies. I'm just going to run past these for the time being. They're annoying me too much.
Mist seethes.
It reeks. Something's close. Nice moves there, Captain.
You mean traitor?
So they say. But I didn't see him kill anyone.
My brother did.
Rex. He said he had a brother 2 years younger. I see. He meant you. Your brother. What became of...
He's dead.
I'm sorry.
It was you who killed him.
I give you my word.
Yeah, Daniel, I know what you mean. They're annoying, they are, aren't they? I think there's a rare game hunt or something you need to do for the Hunter's Quest. We have to kill something similar to one of those.
Rex, sir. My name's Rex. All I have left, sir. He's 2 years younger than I. Living in
Time botched. Save the discussion for later.
We found them! But if we arrive after he signed the treaty...
Sir, we have little time. You must go to
As I
King.
feared. They're slowing us
home,
down.
Captain Ivalice's, and for my parents. Captain, why? Our king, what have you done?
His Majesty was a traitor.
A twin brother. Fancy that. But still, the pieces fit, I'll give you that much. And he did look like you.
I don't believe you.
Of course not. It was my fault that Rex was there. I am sorry.
My brother, he trusted you. He trusted you and he lost everything. How can I believe you?
Not me, then. Believe in your brother. He was a fine soldier. He fought to the last to protect his homeland. Now, surely he fought to protect his brother.
You don't know anything!
Believe what you want to, whatever it takes to make you happy. What's done is done.
Yeah, Abhijit, I'm not an expert on Monster Hunter by any stretch of the imagination. I did play a little bit of an old Monster Hunter game on the Wii. But I'm just playing it just for fun, to be honest. I could do with a walkthrough, if I'm being totally honest with you, for it. And it does get quite challenging as well. But also just learning some of the gameplay mechanics and systems can be a challenge as well. I'm pretty sure this blue crystal does become an orange crystal at some point. And some of these chests are going to start spawning into enemies. There we go. Just like that. But not all of them. Ah, didn't see you. Yeah, I think the blue ones are the ones that turn into mimics. So that one will turn into a mimic. Oh, they're everywhere in this area, aren't they? Getting some decent loot, though. Our first high potion. Yeah, it has, hasn't it, COD Game? A good point, actually. It's got the Sky Pirates Den as well, although, to be honest, so is the PS4 version now. And it's not really that important, is it? There it is under Clan Primer. But it's nice that they've included these things that weren't originally in the PS4 version. Okay, so there's a few areas that we just cannot get to yet in this particular dungeon. Which is fine, we come back later for everything else. Ah. Forgot we could go over here for another chest. Though it hasn't spawned for us. Hello, welcome to those joining the stream. Now we've got over here, we can't get back. There we go. The game was trolling us, I thought, for a second. I think the PC version is generally better because it's got 60 frames per second. You can do weak mode and New Game Plus without having to complete the game or trial mode. But if you've got the PS4 version, then it's up to you if you think those few minor changes really make it worth it to go for the PC version. The only other thing as well is that you do get 3 soundtracks on the PC version. On the PS4 you had original and reorchestrated, which is the one we're using, and it was made for the Zodiac age. But now on the PC you can also choose the original soundtrack, which is basically the original PS2 score, slightly higher quality, but still not real instruments. Oh, crud, we need to kill the Mimic. I'm nattering away. And didn't notice that he was actually taking out the power. That's why we're seeing these ghouls spawn all over the place. Need to bring Varn back to life now. I did stock up on Phoenix Downs. Next up, Fran. Yeah, so if the charge drops below, I think it's 30%, it might be 50. You start to get these ghouls spawning, these skeletons, which do stack up quite quickly. Okay, let's just keep moving now. Is that one a Mimic? No. Right, save point in here. And a boss fight coming up. There we go. I'm a hedge knight now, that's my clan rank. Right, I'm just trying to think if the next boss actually does cast lightning. If it does, it might be worth equipping some diamond armlets. And I think it does. It has an ability called Shock Storm. So let's throw a couple of diamond armlets around the place. Balthea is useless and can't wear one. Neither can Fran. We need to sort that out. Or is that because somebody else, like Penello's, already got one and she's not in the party? Nope, it's not. Yeah, so it makes you immune to lightning. Let's go for it. Whoa, I was drinking my tea. Didn't even notice we started the fight here. So I'm hoping these diamond armlets are going to trivialise this encounter somewhat. Yeah, we're hardly taking any damage here. Oh, my favourite Esper. That's a good one. I've not really thought of that, actually. I don't know. I'd have to probably put some thought into that one. I've never really spent a lot of time summoning the Espers because I've not really had need to. There's only one Esper you have to summon in this game, and that's Belias, in order to get through the gates at Giravagan. But Yeah, Ultima is pretty cool. Hello folks, those just joining us on the stream. We've just killed the Mimic Queen at the Barheim Passage. Hello Ivan, how are you tonight?
To think Dalmascan air could taste so sweet.
Where are we?
The Estes Sand, by the look of it. Let's back to Rabanasta before we shrivel up. By your leave, Captain.
Yes, the hour of my return is already over late. The people may hate me, but that does not free me of my charge.
It's a shame, isn't it, COD Gamer, actually? The vast majority of the Final Fantasy games, the only real way to do a lot of damage is with melee combat. Okay, there are exceptions to that. You've got Knights of the Round in Final Fantasy VII, for example. A nice ability. But why cast something like Yuffie's All Creation when it takes about 5 minutes to cast for the same damage, if not less, than just swinging with your weapon? And the same's true, really, with most of the summons. That said, the summons in this game are quite powerful, and there are certain situations where they're extraordinarily useful. Okay, so that's it now for the Barheim Passage until we get the Barheim Key a little bit later on. Right, so we're just going to head north. Take a detour to grab the orange teleport crystal. Grab a couple of these chests as we go. I think there's actually one chest around here that is a one-time spawn. Just down here. There it is. Poison, yeah, we'll need to get that, I should think. I need to take the diamond armlets off now, or we're getting knocked to rust as we loot. I've not really noticed that actually, Daniel, if I'm honest. But like I say, I haven't really used a whole lot of Esper action. That said, it's a pretty nice change that you can control them manually now, can't you, in battle? Something you couldn't do on the PS2 version of the game. Oh, thanks, Ivan. Yeah, it's one of the classics, Final Fantasy XII, isn't it? I know a lot of people are very familiar with it. Oh, I've not seen the Final Fantasy 15 benchmark at 4K. My monitor only goes up to 2560 by 1440, but for some reason, the benchmark won't allow you to select that as a resolution. I hope the game does. I could select 1920 by 1080, fair enough. And then there was some resolution that I think was 4K, 3840 or something. But that's no good for my monitor, I needed 2560 by 1440. So I could just teleport back now to Rabanasta. Yeah, I think they're thinking smart, COD Gamer. Take the weakest one out first.
I thank you.
I'd avoid crowds if I were you. In this town, you're still a traitor, you know.
The Resistance will surely find me soon. Fate's will, we meet again. I would pay my respects to your brother.
You're a fugitive now, too. Stay low for a while.
What about the stone?
Do as you like. That stone's ill-favored.
We feel regret. We sought that stone and found ourselves only worry.
You offering it?
It's mine.
Then why'd you ask? Our regards to your girl.
We stay in Rabanastre a while.
What do you think? Can I trust Bosch? I gotta get rid of this thing. But maybe I should show it to Penelo first, so she knows I got something. She'd be at Miguel's place this time of day.
Possibly COD Gamer. What way do you think they see him off? I know that the dialogue doesn't always match up to the lips, but it never has done, I don't think, in Final Fantasy XII. Ah, the Moogle transport network is up and running, is it? Yeah, it's good to know. Right, I do want to see if the aerodome is open. Yeah, it's useful on the trial mode, isn't it? That Esper. Aha! We can access the domes now. Right. Okay, I'm going to make some time a little bit later on, probably off the stream actually, testing out that the RNG manipulation works okay and that we can get sight and grat. Since I know a few people have been asking about that and actually want to see if it works. So it's definitely something I'm going to test out later. Yeah, I remember back on the PS2, Daniel, he took flipping ages, didn't he? But you could go out, I remember, and rest up and then come back and he wouldn't have healed so long as you didn't spend too far or too long away from him. But I think now in the Zodiac age, with 4 times speed on and the right jobs set up and strategy, you can take him down really quite quickly. So I'm just popping over to this shop here. I think this will trigger a scene. And we should recruit Penelo back.
Vaughn, is it really you? I heard you got took off to Nalbina.
The Imperials will need more than a dungeon to stop me.
You broke out of a dungeon? Whoa!
Hey, try and keep it down, would you? Penelo isn't around, is she? Out on a delivery, maybe?
Nope, haven't seen her all day. Not like her to up and skip out on work like that. Miguelo's not here either. He went running off somewhere a little while ago.
So much for my big welcome. I guess everybody's busy.
I got my hands full watching the shop, and old Dallin had something for me to do, but I can't get away.
Old Dallin, huh? Tell you what, I'll go see him for you.
Really?
Well, nothing better to do.
Oh, that's no problem, Sean. I'm glad the code's still working, actually. I'm trying to keep an eye on that so I can take it off the video description once it's been taken down from the site. Right, so I'm just going to go ahead and sell some of this stuff. The oak staff, I've already got one of those. Can sell this as well. Alright, COD Gamer, thanks for stopping by tonight. Take care, have a good evening. I'll keep that stuff. Make sure that we can put it to use or not first. Right, we can sell all the loot though. Might unlock something at the bazaar. Then again, it might not. But we do need to sell it anyway. Wow, it builds up quickly. How did we get all this stuff? Okay, Abhijit. Yeah, go and get some rest. Thanks for stopping by this evening. It's been great having yous. I'll just see what items he's got to sell. To sell. Echo herbs, we've got a few of those. I guess we could do with a few more. I think we're nicely stocked up on all this stuff at the moment. Right, we can go and visit Mont Blanc as well, since he might give us a few bits, since we've killed a couple of bosses. Since our last encounter with him. And I'm pretty sure Lowtown is our next story destination. Yeah, I am going to be finishing soon tonight. I know it's not been a long one, but I just wanted to make progress so that I could get the aerodome unlocked. And we've done that now. For me, it's 11 o'clock. I'm guessing it's even later for Abhijit over in India. Yeah, this will be the last one. May as well pick up the elite hunts while we are here. Oh, that's a fun one. Is that the gill snapper? Oh, no, it's not. Okay, the gill snapper comes later. Is that it for Mont Blanc? I think it is. Yeah. Right then, so what's the quickest way to Lowtown? Just opposite. We'll get through some of these cutscenes and what have you with old Dallin and stuff. And then I think we'll call it a night. What's 50 gigabyte, Damien? I'm pretty sure we've got to go to old Dallin's place unless I've missed something. I thought it would have shown up on the map, but it hasn't. Ah, there we go.
Well, well, look who we have here. Heard you were sent off to Nalpina.
And I got out of there as fast as I could. but it was all worth it, Down. Here, look at this.
My. Quite a treasure you've got there.
Well, you know, I couldn't have done it without your help.
So, there is more to this gutter churl than first meets the eye. Van, I've an errand, a simple favor to beg of you. I was going to...
Yeah, good night, Daniel. Thanks for stopping by today.
I should think that you ought to do. No, I think you're just the one. There's a fellow by the name of Ivalice, and I need you to bring this sword to him.
That's a sword of the old order.
Speak my name when you arrive. That should be enough to get you in to see him. I've made a note on your map showing you where he can be found. Mind you, you are to deliver the sword to him personally.
I will. Hey, Down, do you think I could get you to do something for me? I need you to find out where Penelo is. I wanted to show her what I got from the palace, but I haven't been able to find her anywhere. Can you let me know if you hear anything?
You can just leave that to me.
Thanks, Down.
And so it is done, but will it be enough to remind him of what the Order once meant?
Oh, that's wonderful, Jean. Congratulations on getting Excalibur 2. Yeah, I know what you mean, actually. There's so much to do if you want to get the perfect save file after you've got the sword. But at least you're not under the time constraints after that point. So you can just take it easy. But yeah, well done on that. I'm glad that helped you, actually, that walkthrough. So there's a big red X on the map. So that's where I'm going. Here we go. That was actually the first time I'd ever looted Excalibur 2 as well. I'd never got that sword before. So it was a fun experience.
Then what do you make of Andor's proclamation? Are you suggesting they fooled even the Marquis?
What if a judge killed the king, not the captain? That would explain everything, wouldn't it?
In that case, the captain would be brother to a judge. How are we to trust such a man?
Now there is the Bosch that I remember.
Then will you fight again at my side? His word alone convinces me of nothing.
I'd take his word over that of a mouthpiece Marquis.
Then you name Rex liar with him.
My brother was no liar!
Just the opposite. Rex was the witness they needed. They had to make it appear as if I killed the king. Rex bears no blame. The fates have willed it.
So this is Rex's brother. Your words may convince a child such as this, but they weigh far too lightly on the scales for my taste. Our paths will remain separate.
Yes, mate, I did play Crisis Core on the PSP. Enjoyed the heck out of it as well, actually. A lot of fun.
I hold men's lives in my hands.
I don't remember it all that much, unfortunately. It was a good few years ago now. But definitely a fun game.
Disadvantage again. I must treat you as I would Andor, as I would treat any abettor of the Empire.
Then what will you do? Hold me here in chains? Some things never change, do they?
Listen to me, Bosch. Your cage may have no bars, but it is a cage. The eyes of the Resistance watch unblinking.
Let them watch. I know something of cages.
That's right. Amalia's in the Resistance.
Then you know her.
Sorta. We met just before we got sent to Nalbina. I've known nicer people.
Our paths keep crossing, yours and mine. It's more than coincidence.
It's annoying.
I'm sorry. Allow me one last annoyance, a favor to ask. I want you to take me to Balthier. Even caged birds need wings.
This makes us even.
Even?
For Nalbina. We couldn't have done it without you. A lot of kids lost their parents in the war.
Yeah, I think I had my mic off then when I was talking.
Died before that. The plague took them both.
Ended up rambling to myself for about 2 or 3 minutes.
I'm sorry.
Hello, Anthony. Welcome, mate. Welcome.
It's okay. It's been 5 years now. After that, I lived with my friend Penelo and her family. Then the war came.
I am sorry.
You don't have to keep apologizing. Really, it's all right. I know it wasn't your fault. I see that now. You didn't kill my brother. It was the Empire. My brother trusted you. And he was right.
Okay, so I think we need to go inside and then upstairs. And that'll trigger off the cutscene involving Balthea and Fran.
As I said, a misunderstanding.
Misunderstanding? What I am understanding is it took Penelo because of you.
What? What about Penelo?
Oh, Vaughn. They've taken Penelo. And there was a note for this Balthier. Come to the Museum of Minds, it said.
It's Begamnon. He was in Nalbina.
If anything were to happen to that sweet child, why, I've her parents' memory to consider. You're going to go to her aid, and that's that. That's what you Sky Pirates do, isn't it?
I don't respond well to orders. You do know that the Imperial fleet is massing at Bujerba?
Fine, then I'll go. You at least have an airship, don't you? Just get me there and I'll find Penelo myself.
I'll join you.
Huh?
I have some business there as well.
An audience with the Marquis, by chance?
Balthier, just take us, and this is yours.
The guards are toying with us.
Make yourselves ready. We leave soon.
Right.
And we got Balthea and Fran back. So I was just drinking some drink while the cutscene was playing there. Omni Slash, hello, how are you? Thanks for joining us. I will be logging off soon, actually. Yeah, no problem. You're more than welcome. Anthony, why am I playing Final Fantasy 12 again? Good question. No, I think it's just because it came out on PC. So, initially, I got the game just to, you know, show people what it's like on YouTube and stuff. But I thought, hey, let's get some live streams together. And that's what I've been doing the past day or so. It's been great actually getting to chat with so many of you that have been watching the videos. I don't do a lot of live streaming, but I've been getting into it. As of yesterday, anyway. Right, so the Aerodome is our next destination. go ahead and save. It's been a few minutes since we did this. Wow, 5 hours already. Where's the time go? I'll tell you what then, folks. I think that's probably a good opportunity just to take a break now. So I'm going to say goodnight to you all. But yeah, thanks for stopping by today. Don't forget, guys, if you're new to the channel, please do go ahead and subscribe. That way, hopefully, you'll be notified the next time I do go live, or if I post any new videos or what have you. And don't forget as well, or if you're not aware, let me make you aware, that I have done a complete Final Fantasy XII walkthrough series for the Zodiac Age on the PS4. There's like 200 plus videos in it. It's completely thorough, and it has helped a lot of people, which I'm really grateful for. So go and check that out if you want to as well. But yeah, thanks for stopping by today, guys. Good night. I'll see you soon.